Fear becoming the walking dead. Be careful of who you come in contact with. Breathing is bad. Talking is even bad. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Cooking for Health with Timah, where food is more than what you eat. And today's presentation is going to be about radiation, grounding, and a new age. Alright, so basically everyone's on lockdown. You can't come within 6 feet of a stranger. You can't breathe on anyone. So basically speaking, we'll just get you killed.
I know how this looks, but I don't want to shoot you. So just do as I say. Please.
I don't understand.
Don't talk. Talking's bad, breathing's bad. At least right now.
Is that about right? Okay. And just in case you do become exposed, you have to become isolated so you don't contaminate anyone else. Or you take a vaccine or a shot so that it will shut it down, or you're supposed to get cured. Does that sound about right?
Did you touch anything? Did you breathe any of that ash?
No, ma'am. We stayed upwind.
Burning them doesn't kill the radiation?
Just releases it into the air. I'd be very sick. Those people were exposed. I thought they were protecting themselves.
Okay. So you know what happens when you stay on lockdown and inside of a space with other people that are supposedly contaminated, contagious? It stays amongst you guys, and it can grow. And just depending on how dire it is how it's actually going to express itself. So say this was radiation, right? So everyone's been exposed to radiation, you're all on lockdown. So let's just look up the definition: radiation. All right, so let's take to the internet. Let's get this window open, and we are going to type in radiation. I'm just gonna miss one letter here. Just move it around, all right? Because I want you to see this. So looking up radiation, and I just want you to see what it put up along with radiation. Okay, maybe I need to zoom this in a little bit. So look at the symptoms: fever, cough, and difficulty breathing. Those are some of the common symptoms of that what's highlighted in red. So I'm just not gonna say the word because you get flagged. But let's just scroll down here. But I want you to remember that information, okay? Just remember that. Now we go down here to radiation, and we want to know what the definition of that is. So this is energy transmitted by radiation as heat, light, electricity, electromagnetic waves, or moving substance particles, especially high energy particles, which cause ionization. So ionization, that's important. So main things: heat, light, electricity. So that's what it's coming from: heat, light, and electricity. So radiation, it could express itself as a headache. You can get blisters. It could be like a cold or even pneumonia. So we sit at our computers. So we're sitting at our computers, and our computer desk is basically going to be chest to lung level, right? Or we're even using our cell phones, playing on the cell phones, or playing around with our with the tablets. And typically these things are chest level, because where do you hold this stuff, right? So you're walking around, you're doing like this. Let me get on my toes. You walk around, you have it like this. When you're looking at your cell phone, you don't look at your cell phone like this. You don't have your tablet like this. It's about right here, okay? So that's chest level, that's lung level. Okay, so let's think about pneumonia. Let's look up some things. Let's go back to the internet. Okay, let's get this browser window open and let's type pneumonia from radiation. Let's type that. There we go. And so let's see what we got here. Pneumonia, radiation, pneumonitis, however the hell it's going here. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. Radiation, pneumonitis, and just look what pulls up with. I just thought that was interesting. The path to that starts right here. It's very interesting. Okay, so what is it? It's basically, it's a type of lung injury from radiation. It's a lung injury from radiation. Okay, and let's see something else here. What are the symptoms? Symptoms: shortness of breath, dry cough, feeling of fullness in the chest, flu-like symptoms. Okay, let's see what else we get down here. So remember what I looked up as far as radiation, and then what came up in the red, right? Remember what that was? Okay, so you see what these symptoms are. So I just want to show you that. Now here's the website that we're on. So if you just want to go back to the website, there's the web address. This is Healthline, okay? So let's scroll down a little bit more. Let's just look at something else here. Other things that can increase the risk. Let me see. Let's zoom in. There we go. That's all right. So that's good right here. Okay. So other things that can increase the risk. Having poor lung function. So you already have some preconditioned underlying conditions. Right? People that smoke, older people. So who have we been hearing that's been really falling off from this? It's older people. People that are already compromised. So I'm going to show you a device that I use and how you can check yourself as well as check your environment too. Okay, so this is the meter that I use around my home and on myself for checking myself for body voltage, as well as checking around for various EMS fields, just to see what I'm being bombarded with. So this is a digital multimeter. Okay, so it reads voltage, it reads millivoltage as well. It also reads DC, and it does several other things. But the only thing that I'm going to be using it for is for reading the voltage and reading millivoltage. And these are the leads that'll come with it. So you'll have a positive lead, and then you have the one for your grounding. And then you may also want to get what's called a receptacle tester. And what this does, it checks all of your plugs just to make sure that they are grounded, because you'll have to ground this one here. So what we do, let me just move that out of the way. So what you're going to do, all right, so we're going to be working with Hertz. Set this to AC, because AC is what what you're checking around inside of your house for doing body voltage, and when you're using the digital meter for checking EMF. So we turn that on, and you'll see your voltage sign. It'll let you know that it is checking for AC. The first lead that you want to plug in is going to be, oh, I already took it off. It's going to be your grounding, and you put that in where it says COM. So that's plugged in. And now what I'm going to do is ground this. And the way I'm going to ground it, let me take this off, because there's the lead. It's a copper lead. And what I'm doing, I'm plugging it. It also came with this too. So I'm just going to attach it to the clip. And this clip is what I'm gonna take over and ground. And I'll show you what I'm gonna ground it to later, but I'm just gonna let you know that I am going to ground it. Alright, so I just grounded my clip. Yeah. And so now I'm gonna plug in my red to, there we go. Now it's already reading. So it's picking up, let's get this. It's picking up the fields that's inside of my home right now. So this is where we are right now, without me doing anything. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to touch the lead. Now what you don't wanna, just make sure that when you plug these in that you're plugging them into the correct receptacle. And it has the color, so, but you make sure that you plug your grounding, your black one, into the COM. And then you plug in the red one to its appropriate port as well. So I'm gonna show you the amount of volts that's actually, or millivolts, that's going through my body. So I'm gonna touch the leads. And that is pretty high. That is 4 volts going through my body. Okay, that's really high. That's quite dangerous actually. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my hand off. Okay, so that's what's circulating around inside of my home like all day. This right here, this is what's circulating. Now I'm gonna show you something else because of what I do. And I'm just going to adjust my camera. Okay, so as you see, the voltage on that was like way high. So we definitely don't want to keep the volts going inside of us and circulating around inside of our body like that, because that's pretty dangerous. So what I'm going to show you is how to actually ground yourself. This is how I ground myself. Okay, so I don't just use stones, although I have this huge tourmaline. I should have brought that in and showed you guys. Matter of fact, I will. Hold on. Okay, so this is my tourmaline crystal. Okay, huge and so heavy, but I don't just rely on this to remove any sort of fields that's going to be around me. Okay, I'm not going to rely on this, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So I'm going to sit that down, but I do use it. But what I do, and you saw the copper on there, copper is really important for this process that I'm about to show y'all. Okay, so what I do to eliminate the fields, the radiation, the electromagnetic fields that's circulating throughout my body. And before I even show you, I want to show you something else. Let me show you this. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the numbers that's on the LCD screen. Okay, so now I have the red lead, and I'm going to pinch it between my finger and my thumb and just watch the numbers. Let me turn on the light because I want you to see the light. I want you to see this. You see how those numbers are jumping and going down and going down and going down and going down. Up, light went off. But you see that? Okay, so where is it at? Like 13. It's at 0.013 millivolts. That is like, that's super low. But I can also get this to go even further down. Now I'm going to show you what it is that I did to make that go down, and that's measuring the voltage that's entering my body. Okay. Okay, so what did I do? I have to go in my clothes. Right, so this is something that Okay, so I use copper, but I use it in a particular way, and I ground the copper. So, copper. And what this is, it's a copper Brillo pad. But you don't have to use a copper Brillo pad because I use one, but this is a copper Brillo pad that I use, and I have it grounded. And I'm going to show you how I have it grounded as well. So I have some wire, and it's attached to my copper Brillo pad. And this wire is speaker wire. So this speaker wire is also copper as well, speaker wire. So this speaker wire is very long, and it can reach around my entire home as I am walking around with this, okay? So let me just show you some things. I need to stop this. Okay. So I put this back on because I don't want to keep that running through me. But here's your speaker wire, right? So you have two ends of your speaker wire, and both ends you're going to want to have them stripped. So you strip both ends of the speaker wire. And so what you're going to do with one, you attach it to the copper. Now, like I was saying, it doesn't have to be a copper Brillo pad. You can do here it is. Let me show you this. So this is something else that I did. Okay. So this is some copper magnetic wire, and I have some copper wiring wrapped around it, and also have a copper penny. And so that's attached to some wire which is also grounded, okay? And the important thing is that the copper is going to be up against your skin, okay? And if you don't want to do it like this, which you do not have to, you do this the way that you want. As long as you have the copper touching your skin, it does not have to be this big. It can just be the size of the penny. As a matter of fact, let me show you the other one. Okay, so here's one that's even simpler. So all it is a piece of copper in a circle. I could put it on my thumb, or the way I would typically do it is I put it on my big toe, and I just walk around with it all day. Or like if I'm in the bed, I might just have it on my big toe so that I'm going to be grounded all night. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. Let me put these things back together. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I have that run and how I have it grounded. Okay, so we're inside of my bathroom. Okay, yep, we're in the bathroom because where I grounded this is using the cold water pipes up under my sink. Those are, and they're made of copper, and those are already going to be grounded. So let's just show you this. Come on down here with me. Okay. So here are my pipes. I hope you can see it good because I can't get my head all the way in here to really see this. But these are the cables, like right there. Okay, this is better here. All right, so you see the copper is wrapped around the copper piping. Now you'll have to clean off the patina. There's a little patina that's the grain that's on the copper pipe back there. So you'll have to clean off all of it, or not just a good section of it, because the copper wire that you wrap around that, you want to make sure that it is going to be touching the copper piping. Okay, you want to be touching the copper piping. And then to make sure that it wasn't going to snag and pull off, this is where I wrapped it around the other part. I wrapped it around the other part of the pipe, just so that if I was to trip or anything, I wouldn't pull it apart. Okay. Okay, so we're in my bedroom, and I just want to show you. Oh, do not be naughty. Yeah, we're in my bedroom. Okay, so but I want to show you a few things that I do to protect myself for when I'm inside of my bed sleeping. To keep myself from being damaged or harmed by all the free radicals that's running around in the air, and that could harm me. Okay, so I have my meter, and let me bring this over. Okay, so I have my meter, and I already have my leads plugged in, so let's just turn this on. And let's just bring this up because I want you to see this here. I don't think you can see that. Let's get the light on. Okay, so right now inside of my room, in my boudoir, we see where the millivolts is. Okay, and so this is near my bed. This is on my bed right now, and the light just keeps. Okay, so there we go. Now, so if I'm laying down inside of my bed is showing that, oh, stop it. Too bad the light just won't stay on. I'm getting hit by a heavy amount of, oh, come on. I'm getting hit by a nice amount of radiation here, okay? So, when I'm in bed, I do still this is a grounding sheet, and so the thing with this is it has a lot of silver wires weaved through it. So all those little boxes, those are silver wires. That's actual silver. And right down here, let's pull this out so you can see this. This is where it's grounded, and it goes from here over into the plug in the wall. So it grounds right into the wall, and I'll show you that as soon as I get this out of my way. Alright, so pull it over here, right into the grounding port on the wall. Okay, so that is grounded, and I'm going to show you how I know that it's grounded too, because it gives me the same reading as my grounding that I keep on my body. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what the sheet does, and I don't have my grounding device, my cables on me. Now the thing is your skin has to be touching this, so as much skin as possible needs to be touching this. Okay, so as you see on the LED screen, this is a very, very low amount of voltage that's within my body when I'm up against this sheet and being grounded with it. So it's at 0.008 millivolts. That's very low. That's close to zero. That's close to zero. And like I said, the difference is what's going on in So why is it important, especially when you're going to be in bed, to clear yourself, to ground yourself from all of these voltages that will be entering inside of your body? Well, this is time when your body is supposed to be at its great rest. So this is when you would be taking in the nutrients from the food that you've eaten during the day. This is when your body is attempting to rebuild itself and repair itself for the following day, as well as preparing itself to give off any waste of the day that you've been taking in. However, if you're exposed while you're sleeping, your cells are going to be very sensitive to all of that exposure, and you'll be going into what's called a crisis mode, and you end up shutting down and they don't replenish. So you may find that you have signs of insomnia. You would see signs of aging due to stress from all of this, and then you have a compromised immune system. Yeah, so it's important to keep your sleep area free of any electromagnetic frequencies. See, because when you're sleeping, this is when you are much more sensitive to magnetic frequency exposure. And it's actually more so than when you're out and about. So this is the chance that your cells have to rebuild and recover while you're going to be asleep. Okay, so as we're coming to the end of an era, which is right now we're in the Piscean age. So we're coming to the end of that, and we're going into the Aquarian age. And the Aquarian age is the age of awareness, the age of technology. This is coming into our spiritual higher selves. The planet is going to be radiating higher.
Above South America, a weak spot in Earth's magnetic field is evolving. Called the South Atlantic Anomaly, this unique region has been expanding for more than a decade, and scientists believe that it's beginning to split into two distinct zones.
Some of the premonitions around 2012, and this is according to the Ethiopian calendar, which I showed inside of one of my previous videos. This would be the year 2012 according to their calendar, because they're in the year 2012 right now. They don't use the Gregorian calendar. They don't move their time up and back the way the Gregorian calendar or our time has been done for many, many, many years to set us off from what their calendar is saying. So going with the Ethiopian calendar, this would be 2012. And according to the Mayan calendar, the Mayan premonitions is that the era would end in December 21st of 2012. So everyone was looking for this to happen. So saying that this is 2020 right now, everyone was actually looking for these great changes and all these things to happen, like the technology issues, as far as like technology issues, the meteors, the planet coming into our orbit, and just some of those things. They were looking for that back in 2012, not knowing that it was actually 8 years off. So with this being 2012, we're actually seeing that these things are happening, and we're seeing a lot of things come into light. So we're some of us are being forced into an awakening, and you're giving it a lot of pushback. The more you push back on this, the harder it's gonna push at you to bring this information forward to you, so that you can, in a sense, wake up. Because this planet right now, it's all, since we're so close to a new age, it's why we can feel the changes going on the planet right now, and we're seeing different things, and I still got to say that this is an exciting time to actually be able to witness this stuff. Okay, So we just had a few meteors a couple of days ago. Today is the 20th. What is today's date? Hold on, let me look on my computer. Today is August the 18th. So August the 12th and August the 13th, there were a couple of meteors that shot across. There were quite a few meteors that shot across our skies. And whenever meteors come across our skies, you know, it brings different information, alien information to this planet as part of sort of an upgrade. But that was part of the premonition, okay? Then there's the planet Betelgeuse that's going supernova. When that planet goes supernova, it's going to bring some additional information to this planet for an upgrade in the form of neutrinos. And the thing is, to get your upgrade, you need to be out there amongst it all. You have to be in the sun to get your upgrade. And another one of the things that was supposed to happen in the premonition is the Great Flood. So what I want to do, let's go to the internet, because I want to get the dictionary definition of a flood, because I want to put it towards something else. Definition for flood: an overflowing of a large amount of water beyond its normal confines, especially over what is normally dry. Or you go down an outpouring tears of emotion. Or you go down, and let's see, overwhelming amounts or quantities. So we're gonna go back up to the very first one. I'm just gonna eliminate some words, okay? All right, so flood, an overflowing or large amount of something that's beyond its normal confines. Okay, so we see the definition of flood. So basically, it's an overwhelming amount of something in great quantity. So what have we been receiving an overwhelming amount of? There's been this really big push in regards to C19, I'll say, or OVID. I'll say Ovid instead of putting C in front of it, right? So that has been sweeping the planet. There's been an overwhelming amount of fear that's been sweeping the planet. A great flood of fear has been sweeping the planet. Now, there have been floods going on around this time as well too, because over in China they released the dam, and that's a great flood that's going on because it's killed so many people, and I believe it's still killing people right now. So there are several floods that's going on right now. There's been just a flood of information, negative information, that's been coming from the media to attack the people. So lots of different floods that's been coming at us. So flood isn't just about water. Flood is about information. Flood is several different things. So now when we talk about Ovid, and I want to show you something else, I want you to watch what I'm typing, and I want you to do this as well. So we want to skip this, who the poet is, but there was something else that I found to be very, actually, okay, I remember what it was that I did. Etymology. Look up, type in etymology of Ovid. Okay, now, see, this is talking about somebody's name, but that's not what I want. What I want here is, okay, so the meaning of Ovid, which I thought was very, very interesting. The meaning of ovid. Look at here. The meaning of ovid is a sheep. A sheep. Okay. So ovid is sheep. So see sheep? See the sheep? Okay. So the last thing we are sheep. We are not sheep. We're not going to let anyone treat us as if we are sheep. Okay. Now I showed you what I do, what type of meter that I use. You don't have to get the meter that I use. If you just want to get something that reads EMF fields, that's going to be like a Gauss meter. But this will help you to at least read the voltage that's within your body and to show you the voltage that you're releasing from your body through grounding. It'll also be able to measure the voltage that's coming off of various electrical appliances. And then as far as grounding yourself, the best way to ground yourself is always going outside. You go outside, you put your feet in the grass, put your feet down in the ground, put your feet on some cement. Just don't use that black turf. That's poison. But the cement will ground you, and definitely the grass will ground you. Hugging a tree, that will ground you. Okay. Now with the Earth going into a new age, the Earth is heating up. The Earth is heating up. Some of you may be able to feel that the Earth is heating up. And so that's your natural radiation. And then of course you have the unnatural radiation, is what you're grounding and checking the voltage of within your body that you want to relieve your body from, especially for when you're going to be getting in the bed and going to sleep, so that your cells can regenerate and rebuild. Okay. So in addition to helping your cells regenerate and rebuild, you have to be eating correctly, because with us being plants, natural plants on this planet, you have to eat natural foods. Okay, so you have to eat your natural fruits and vegetables. Okay, get rid of all the chips, get rid of all of the fast food, get rid of all of that. You have to eat a natural diet. These are electric foods. We are electrical beings. This is an electrical planet. So you have to raise your vibration along with this planet that's raising its vibration, and that is heating up. You wanna make every attempt to heat up with this planet and move forward with this planet as it is shifting. Okay, as this planet heats up. Let me put it like this. Okay, so we know that our fairer skinned family, our white family, have a hard time in the sun. Okay, it causes cancer. That's a natural radiation coming down onto the planet, and that natural radiation causes cancer in a lot of white people, Caucasians. It causes a lot of cancer. And when melanated people such as myself go out into the sun, we take advantage of the radiation. Okay, we pull that radiation in, and it actually benefits us. It helps us to use the calcium from the food that we're eating, so that our bodies don't rob our bones of the calcium if we are deficient. Okay. So there have been cases where heavily melanated people, black people have been coming down with melanoma of the skin. That's because your DNA is damaged. That's because of the unnatural radiation. That's because of the foods that you're eating, the unnatural foods that you're eating, on top of all the different things that you'll be doing, like smoking, the pollution in the air, the bad water, all the toxins that we hold within our body. Anything negative that goes inside of our body, this alters our DNA. This changes you up. So you have to cleanse yourself. You have to detox yourself. You have to ground. Excuse me. I have some water. You have to ground yourself. Okay. So this is a new event. These are new occurrences where black people are getting skin cancer, and it's because of all of that I've mentioned and more. With this earth heating up again, it's going to bring it brings radiation. Okay, that's radiation. That's ultraviolet rays. That's radiation. Okay, that's ionic. That's a form of ionic radiation, which comes from the sun, which damages a lot of people, but it's not. That's not supposed to damage melanated people. We take advantage of the sun. We are the ones that were considered the sun people. We are sun children. We are people of the sun. Okay. So you have to be out in the sun. You have to prepare your internal environment to be able to accept the radiation that's coming down from the sun as it's heating up. Because if you don't, then the melanoma, that what happens. All right. So some things that you do besides cleansing yourself, doing the detoxing, and discontinuing with the bad eating habits that you've developed from eating this Western diet, which is killing people. All right. I want you to think of Superman. Okay. I want you to think of Superman, but I want you to think of Superman in the way of some of his powers. Superman has what's called X-ray vision. He also has what's called heat vision. All right, so this is radiation that comes from his eyes. Those are the rays coming down from the sun. And what it cannot penetrate lead, and it cannot penetrate thicknesses of iron. What you need to do, you have to build up your iron intake, okay? Because this protects your blood. All right? You also need to eat as much green food as possible for the iron as well as for the magnesium, okay? The magnesium is what's inside of the plants. That's why the plants are green, okay? So we can easily switch places, okay? Well, not easily switch places, but we are plants. The reason that we are brown is because iron. And the reason that they're green is because of the magnesium, okay? So what you need to eat, a lot of natural foods that's high in iron. You have to build up your internal environment so that you can fight off or move with the radiation that's going to be coming from the sun, because it is going to get hotter from here. And it's actually a good thing. It's a good thing. That's information that's coming down for us, but you have to be out in the sun to get this. You have to be out in the sun to get the neutrinos when they come down for us. So you still have time, because the star Betelgeuse hasn't gone supernova. We have not gone into the new age of Aquarius yet, but we are going there. All right. Whew, y'all. Okay. Let me see something else. I just want to make sure that I'm putting in everything that I need to put in. So I gotta let it come to me. So don't take these unnatural pills, these iron pures, the ferrous iron, stuff like that. You have to leave that alone. So what that does, it binds to various minerals and it carries out of your body, so it actually weakens your body. So you have to leave that alone. You're gonna have to take in as much much natural iron as possible. And the planet has been getting depleted of a lot of various minerals. So a lot of the food that you're going to find inside the stores, although it may look healthy and it's called organic, is going to be missing a lot of different nutrients. You don't want to go out and be picking up a lot of vitamins and stuff like that. But what you do is get you some seaweed. Seaweed is also really good for helping with radiation, okay? It helps you to move along with what's going to be going on, okay? It helps you to detox your body. It binds with different toxins to take it out of your body, like ammonia. Ammonia is very acidic. It ranges high on the scale of pH because it's so high, but in its acidity, okay? So eat various types of edible seaweed. Get you some Irish sea moss, which is also known as Conjus crispus. Get you some bladderwrack. Get you some gracilaria. That's the seaweed that comes from, that's the sea moss that comes from the Caribbean islands. It looks like little rhizomes, little sticks. It's what Dr. Sadie talked about. It can be gold, it can look like it's black, and it can also be red. And when you put it inside of water, it expands tremendously. All right, so you want to get it from reputable sources. Okay. I drink chlorophyll. I drink spirulina. These are also really good for helping you to be able to, your body to digest and pass through radiation. Let your Conjus crispus sit inside of a little bit of water. Well, just let it sit inside of a gallon of water. You don't have to let it sit in there overnight. Let it sit inside of a gallon of water. Let it sit in there for at least about a day or two, then remove it. That water, you'll drink that. That water is going to be very beneficial to you. You can take that water, you put it on your skin as well. You rinse your eyes out with that water. It's similar to being at the sea. It's in a sense that's bringing the sea to you. Okay, so you'll have that water that you can use on your skin, use on your face, use it inside your eyes to rinse out your eyes. The thing that you're going to do when you rinse out your eyes, you're going to be outside in the sun. You're going to rinse your eyes. If you don't have one of those eyeglasses, then you use one of those little bitty cups, those little bitty medicine cups, the little 1 ounce cups. So you're going to use one of those little cups like that. You're going to put the water, your sea water from the Conjus crispus, you're going to put it inside of that. You're going to put it on your eye. You're going to hold it up to your eye for at least a good minute with your eye completely open, rolling around. You're going to do the other eye. Then you're going to close your eye and you're going to look up towards the sun, not directly at the sun. You're going to look right off at the sun. You're going to hold it for at least, 180 seconds. So you're going to hold it for at least 180 seconds looking up towards the sun. Then you bring your eyes down and then you look forward out into your spans, okay? You look at the trees. Things are going to look different to you. Some of the trees may look blue. They may look blue. Right now, we're not really seeing things as they are supposed to be seen, and we're not seeing the truth of what things are really looking like. So, this is going to give you a glimpse. So, okay, so that's it. So you guys, that's where I'm going to end this video right now. I hope this information is going to be beneficial to you. Raise your vibration so that you can be resonating with the earth as it vibrates on a higher level. Don't get stressed out by any of the information that's going to be flooding the media. And just prepare for this great awakening, because this is a really exciting time. It really is. Don't let anyone tell you that it is not, because it's actually pretty exciting. To me, it's been quite fun. It's been quite fun. I've been having a blast. I really have. So I'm going to end it right now. I want to say thank you for joining me in my channel. I am Timah, artist extraordinaire, on Facebook. So if you want to check me out, I'm usually posting a lot of stuff on there when I'm able to get on. I may post about 2-3 posts a day. If you want to follow my page, I don't typically accept friends on my page, but my page is public. So all you need to do is just, you can follow my page. If you want to follow my page, you can comment. Whatever the heck you want to do with that. Just look, peer through the window. All right, so I am going to end this, and I'll probably do a video in regards to maybe grounding outside using some of the crystals or whatever. I showed you my big tourmaline. I know I said I was about to get off here. Let me stop. I will talk about that inside of another video. So I am about to go. And again, thank you. And don't forget, like, share, thumbs up the video, make comments, let it get through the algorithm of YouTube by giving it a thumbs up. All right, so, and thank you guys for sitting and being patient through this video. I don't know how long it's been. I know I've been doing this for a minute, but peace out.